service, community service, or a significant personal achievement. Each of tonight's recipients has contributed to several of the cited areas and truly exemplifies the essence of this award. It is our hope that their success stories will serve as an inspiration to all of our students, and especially the students being inducted into the National Honor Society tonight, who represent some of the most talented students in their class. Our first inductee is Paul H. Trively from the class of 1964. Shortly after graduating from Penn State University with a major in electrical engineering technology, Paul Trively joined Lutron Electronics, where he worked in various leadership roles until his sudden passing in 2009. During his 41-year career with Lutron, Paul designed groundbreaking products that were instrumental in creating the lighting control industry. Paul's work in the VersaPack dimming system made Lutron the leader in commercial dimming in the 80s. Some of Paul's engineering accomplishments include the development of fluorescent dimmers, module high-power dimming systems, and architectural lighting control systems. Paul's sale and marketing expertise enabled Lutron to expand their global markets for the lighting control systems, especially in Latin America and the Far East. Within the lighting industry, Paul was known as Mr. Highloom for his role in the development of Lutron's fluorescent balsic designs. Some of Paul's major projects included the illumination system of the Statue of Liberty, lighting system for Bill Gates' private residence, lighting design of the Millennium Dome in London. Paul was named to Lutron's Nova Club, an elite group of individuals recognized as leaders in the lighting industry. Tonight, we are recognizing Paul Trively for his personal and professional accomplishments. Accepting the award is his daughter, Jackie, and his son, Paul Trively, will be addressing the students. Please join me in honoring Paul Trively.
I want to thank Whitehall High School and the selection committee for choosing to honor my father tonight. My dad was a fiercely proud settler. In fact, when Jackie and I grew up as children, the first thing he'd say to us is that what they teach you at Sudley High School? As if we had a choice of where we went to high school, at least when we moved us there. But he would have been completely honored to have received this tonight. And so he taught us a lot, and when I was getting prepared for tonight, I wanted to figure out what it was that Whitehall High School sent him into the world with. And so I decided to turn to his high school yearbook. 1964 was a really turbulent time. There was the threat of nuclear annihilation, there was talk of war, and so the message in that year's yearbook was peace through understanding. Now, specifically, reading into that, it came across as peace through understanding others' cultures. And that's a message that I get behind, because it's a message I hear every day in the business world. Of course, we call it something different today. We call it diversity. And diversity is an important message. It's so important that it's the first line in Whitehall High School's mission statement to reach out, educate a diverse local population. And my dad understood other people's cultures. I'm reminded of a night in July when I was probably 15 or 16 years old, and I was sitting on a deck. And to my right, there was a gentleman playing bongos. I'd never seen bongos before. And next to him was a gentleman playing an acoustic guitar, and there's people singing and dancing and laughing. And to our neighbors, it looked like another raucous party at the Trively household. But that's because they were looking at it from their very narrow-minded point of view, which is people drinking, people singing, people dancing, it's a party. Now, if they chose to look at it through the lens of diversity, though, they would have known that this was a very important business meeting. You see, when my dad took over the Latin American sales group, he understood other people's cultures. He knew that the Latin Americans didn't need to be wine and dine at the finest restaurants. What they wanted was hot dogs and hamburgers. They wanted that slice of Americana. And they didn't need to go to the finest hotels, the finest venues. They were completely content to come to Casa de Pablo, the house of Paul. And while they were there, of course, they saw the product he was trying to sell. Because we had Lutron products everywhere. Even our garbage disposal ran on Lutron products. And so they thought, well, these products are good enough for Paul's family. Then these products are good enough for my family. These products are good enough to take back to my culture and sell to my clients. It's what made my dad so successful in the Latin American sales area. So when you're thinking about culture, you're thinking about diversity, you go on to whatever it is you go after high school. If you go to college, you go on to your next job, you're going to be asked to form up teams, to form groups. Don't necessarily pick someone that looks like you, or thinks like you, or talks like you. Because when you receive that challenge from them, you're going to see if you are all the same type of solution to that problem. But if you look at it from many different lenses, you might come up with a more perfect solution. Now, there's not perfect solutions in all problems. There's not perfect people. My dad was not perfect, he had his flaws. My dad was dyslexic, so sometimes when he would repeat numbers back to us, he'd reverse the 2 digits. So 2-3 became 3-2. But that didn't stop him from being a brilliant mathematician, and didn't stop him from being an exceptional engineer. My dad was the worst typist I'd ever met. He would hunt and peck with one finger at a time. And so whenever he tried to do something on the internet, I'd try and grab the keyboard from him, because it was mind-boggling. But that didn't stop him from doing emails, and doing his reports on time, and building presentations, and selling the product that he needed to sell. And he was a notoriously bad driver. In fact, he's the only person I've ever met who managed to run himself over with his own car.
Sure did.
Story. As a complete sidebar, if you're coming home from college, you're tired, pull over, take a nap. Your friends and family will wait for you. Now, despite his many foibles, my dad possessed a brilliant business acumen. He didn't let whatever it was that kept him from being perfect keep him from achieving great things. He would always tell us, if you want, you can, as if it was the simplest thing in the world. So whatever it is that keeps you from being perfect, maybe you're dyslexic like my dad was, or maybe you have ADD like I do, or maybe you can't keep yourself from twerking on national television like mine do. Whatever it is that keeps you from being perfect, don't let that stop you from achieving great things. If you want, you can. And as Whitehall's best and brightest, I'm quite confident that you will. Thank you so much. Good luck.